Good morning, student friends. Hope all you are well. So we're going to start the unit number 3, transmission system. Let's see the content of this chapter, which things we are going to cover in this chapter. Here the different contents which are included in this chapter is mentioned. In this transmission system, we are going to study the automobile clutch. Then in automobile clutch, the requirements and types and function of various clutches. Then types of automotive gearbox. In that we are going to discuss the necessity of gearbox, and accordingly we will going to discuss the different types of the gearboxes. Then overdrive, principle of operation of automatic transmission, torque converter, propeller shaft, inertial and slip joint, final drive and its types, differential, construction and types of rear axles, and lastly introduction to wheels and tires. So this chapter is very important regarding the examination point of view. Around 1.5 question is to be asked on this chapter. So let's start first with the clutches. So as we know that first we'll discuss about this transmission system. So the word transmission means the whole of the mechanism that transmits the power from engine crankshaft to the rear wheels. Getting? The word transmission means the whole that mechanism. It is nothing but it is a mechanism. Transmission system is nothing but one mechanism which transmits the whole power that is available at the engine crankshaft, engine output shaft, to the rear wheels. Getting? So whatever the power available at the engine output shaft is to be transmitted to the wheels. That is our main aim. Getting? And for that purpose we are going to use this transmission system. So transmission provides a suitable variation of the engine torque at the road wheels whenever required. Getting? So transmission system means not only it is a gearbox, not only it is a clutch, not only a propeller shaft, not only differential. So all these parts are collectively known as a transmission system. Getting? So in transmission system, various parts are there, namely clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft, inertial joints, final drive, differential, rear axle. Getting? All these parts are collectively it is known as the transmission system. So we are going to start with the automobile clutch. So the clutch is an intermediate mechanism which places the in between the flywheel and the gearbox for the purpose of allowing or discontinuing the power flow from engine to the transmission system. Getting? So here in this layout we are going to here we show the location of the clutch, where clutch is to be located. So clutch is located in between the engine flywheel and the gearbox. Getting? In between this engine and gearbox the clutch is to be placed. Getting? And the purpose of this clutch is to allowing or discontinuing the power flow from engine. So whatever the power flow from engine is to be allowing or discontinuous by the clutch. Getting? This engine power is to be transmitted to the wheels through all these parts. So this clutch is going to allow or discontinue this power to the gearbox. Getting? So in normal condition, the clutch remains engaged always. Getting? The clutch remains engaged in engaged position and allows the flow of power from the engine to the gearbox. Getting? However, the flow of power is to be interrupted for any reason. Getting? Sometimes we have to interrupt this engine power. We are going to discontinue this engine power. Getting? So there are many reasons are there. For any reason we are going to interrupt this power. So when it is disengaged and hence the power flow is discontinued temporarily. Getting? So the disengagement of the clutch is required when gear position is to be changed. Getting? That is one reason. When we have to change the gear, we are going to disengage the clutch. Getting? We are going to use the clutch. That is one reason. Getting? So or when the vehicle needs to keep in neutral position. When we have to keep the vehicle in neutral position. Ready? So what is the neutral position? How you are going to describe the neutral position? So in neutral position, engine is running. Ready? Engine is running, but the vehicle is stationary. Engine is running, but the vehicle is stationary. That is the neutral position. So for this reason, we are going to interrupt the power. Ready? To change the gear to keep the vehicle in a neutral position. Getting? So by that way, this is important, the purpose of the clutch. Getting? So the control for this disengaging of the clutch. How we are going to control this disengaging of the clutch? So as we know that in case of the four-wheelers, getting, the clutch is imparted by the foot pedal. Getting? We are going to disengage the clutch by foot pedal. In case of two-wheelers, there is a hand lever is there. Getting? Two-wheelers, there is a hand lever is there through which we are going to control the linkages. So that is about the introduction for the clutch. So clutch is a device used in a transmission system of motor vehicle to engage and disengage the engine to the transmission. Getting? So clutch is a mechanical device that engages and disengages the power transmission, especially from driving shaft to the driven shaft. So here engine crankshaft is a driving shaft, and whatever the other that engine gearbox input shaft or propeller shaft or this rear axle, these are the driven shaft. So by that way the clutch is having the purpose. So here also we have mentioned the different functions of the clutch. So when the clutch is engaged, the power flows from the engine to the wheels to the transmission system and the vehicle moves. To the transmission system means gearbox, propeller shaft, universal joints, final drive, differential and the rear axles. When the clutch is disengaged, the power is not transmitted to the wheels and the vehicle stops while the engine is still running. This is the neutral position. The clutch is kept engaged when the vehicle is moving. The clutch is kept engaged when another function of the clutch. The clutch also permits the gradual taking of the load. Getting? When the properly operated, it prevents jerky motion of the vehicle. Getting? It will going to prevent jerky motion of the vehicle. So the clutch is disengaged. When we are going to disengage the clutch? When starting the engine, when shifting the gears, when stopping the vehicles, when idling the engine. So for this reason, we are going to disengage the clutch. So all these are the important function of the clutch. Then on which principle this clutch is going to operate? On which principle this clutch is going to be operated? So the clutch works on the principle of the friction. It works on the principles of friction. So when two friction surfaces are brought in contact with each other and pressed, they are united due to friction between them. So the main principle of the clutch is the principle of friction. So many times this question is asked in the oral examination, but students are not even able to give the proper that answer. So very simple answer, that clutch works on the principle of friction. So two friction surfaces are brought in contact with each other and pressed, they are united together due to friction between them. So the friction between the three surfaces depend upon. The friction between the three surfaces depend upon area of surfaces, applied pressure, coefficient of friction between these frictional surfaces. So the two surfaces can be separated and brought in contact whenever required. One surface is considered as a driving member, other is a driven member. So driving member is kept rotating. Driving member is always kept rotating. So here it is shown. So this is a driving member, flywheel, which is mounted on the crankshaft, which is a driving member, and here the friction plate is there, which is kept between this pressure plate and the flywheel. So in this manner there are three surfaces are there. One surface of flywheel, which is driving one. In between that the friction plate is provided and pressure plate is going to apply the pressure so that they are going to unite with each other. Thereby there should be a friction between these surfaces, and gradually it is going to take the same speed as the driving member. Getting? So important, this is the main function of the principle of clutch. So here also, in this case also, you can get the idea how the friction is a working principle of clutch. Getting? So when two revolving friction surfaces are brought in contact, and pressed, then they are united and start revolve at the same speed due to the friction force between them. So here it is shown in the sketch. Here in first figure the clutch is disengaged, here clutch is engaged. Getting? So the basic principle of the clutch. So this is means friction is the basic principle of clutch. The friction between these two surfaces depends on area of the surfaces of these two members, as well as how much pressure is applied on this driven member. Getting? As well as the frictional material between these two surfaces. Getting? So the driving member of clutch is the flywheel. Driving member of the clutch is flywheel. So suppose this C is a driving member. Getting? A is the engine crankshaft over which this disc C is to be mounted, and with the engine speed this disc C is going to be rotated. Getting? So initially disc D is not rotating and B is the input shaft of gearbox. When we are going to apply the pressure on this shaft, getting on this driven shaft B, so that the D will be in contact with the C. Getting? So by that way this D will be united with this C. So initially there is a pressure, there is a friction between the C and D. Getting? Initially there is a friction between C and D, and gradually this disc D is going to rotate at the same speed of C. Getting? At the same speed of C. So the main, that is the friction between the two surfaces, that will be depends upon the surface area. Surface area of these two members, driving and driven member. Pressure applied. Getting? Pressure applied, and the type of the friction material used between the two surfaces. Getting? So we need the frictional material to be used between the two surfaces to avoid the friction between the two surfaces. Getting? So the driving member of clutch is a flywheel mounted on the engine crankshaft, and the driven member is a pressure plate D, that is a pressure plate mounted on the transmission shaft, means gearbox input shaft. Some friction plates, sometimes known as clutch plates, are kept between these two members. Getting? And the whole assembly is known as a clutch. So let's discuss the requirements of clutch. Which are the different requirements of clutch? There are so many requirements of clutch we expect from the clutch. So regarding examination point of view, this bit is very important. Getting? Requirements of clutch. So many times in the examination they ask which are the different requirements of clutch. Getting? And it is very important. So there are different requirements which is mentioned as follows: torque transmission, gradual engagement, heat dissipation, dynamic balancing, vibration damping, size, free pedal play, easy in operation, and lightness. So these are the important requirements of clutch we expect from the clutch. So in the examination point of view, in the next lecture we will discuss thoroughly about every these points, that is a torque transmission, how we are going to require the torque transmission, gradual engagement, how we need the gradual engagement, how much heat should be dissipated, balancing, how balancing we require, whether dynamic or static, vibration, getting vibrations, that is shown from the clutch, size of the clutch, free pedal play, easy in operation, and lightness. So in the next lecture we will discuss thoroughly about these requirements of clutch. Getting? So next lecture we will discuss. Thank you.